occasionally I get a little bit of interest in something when I see something on Facebook. This piqued my interest straight away. It's like a fly that I fished a few years ago, a cow dung fly. Mine's is RCDC. This pattern is by a boy called Wally Muir. Ties a beautiful fly. Let it dries while he ties. There you go, poet, don't even know it. But I'm going to rally up this one. This is my version of his that I seen on Facebook not long ago. If you've not seen Wally's page, go and check it out. Some lovely flies there, really good tire. So I've got all my bits and pieces here ready to go. The only thing I haven't got, oh yeah, here we go, is the hook. It's a size 10. It's not a very big hook for a size 10. And you can tie it in a size 12 as well. But it's got that little bit wider gape, which I like when I've got deer hair things on. Now, Wally's fly was, I think it's stripped herring. I'm not going to do stripped herring because it falls to bits, but I am going to do this stuff. Christ, magic herring. I think that's its name anyway. Light Cahill thread, and I'm going to come on and give myself a bed of twine thread to work with. I like these flies because they remind me of the stuff that I used to fish when I was up in Scotland. I used to fish a few hillocks up there with my good pal Shane Kelly. We used to fish a place called Acremoor, private now, and Hellmoor, and I had a lot of wild brownies, and brownies were suckers for surface flies up there. There's obviously a lot of agricultural land, but there's a lot of trees, forestry commission trees up there as well, so things get blown off that. So I'm going to take a strip of the magic herring and I'm going to wind up sticky side up, so I'm just making sure I've got nothing on the herring, and I want to catch it in quite thick. It tapers, but what you do want to do is make sure that you've got more than enough thread so that when you're wrapping up you're getting the colour of the body underneath. So I'm just getting a few wraps in there. And I'm going to come back down and then do it again. But back to all these flies, it does a lot of things like grunters, CDC, culls, a lot of stuff with natural materials that I really like. So go and check him out. I asked his permission for to tie this. He's like, yep, back on Steve. What I always do when I ask people's permission, I send him a version that I've tied first. And when he comes back with a love heart emoji saying spot on Steve, you know you've got it right. So we're ready to go. There's our Cahill t-shirt, sorry, Cahill underbody, and now we've got to wind this up. I want to see if I can do this without moving my vise. I might have to, otherwise it's going to be bloody noisy. You can't see much of that brown. So there you can now. Some of the problems with this herring stuff is sometimes the black line is really pronounced. This is quite faint, considering the one that I've just tied, but you can still see there's a rib there. About there. I would like it slightly more pronounced. There you go. Obviously not the right bit of herring. So just secure that. I just want to show you the difference in the herring. So there's one. You can see the difference in the black. Pull some of the deer hair out of the way. You can see the difference in the striping on the herring there compared to my one. It's a lot darker. Some of the banding and this stuff, the lines are a little bit bigger than, some are bigger than the others, but you get the gist. So I want to come right up, and I want to, so my thread's sitting opposite the hook point there. I'm just going to tidy this stuff up here. And then I've got some olive deer here. We've got to do some timping and tamping on this stuff, so I'm just going to cut off a wee clump. dealt a lot. I'll show you this in a second. So there's my little clump. I'm just going to take out all the faff for the bottom. I dealt hundreds of this stuff, but I want enough so it's noticeable. I'm just going to tap that down on the table. You can see the different colours in the tips here. That's what I want. And I want it so when I tie it in, my tips are just coming over the back of the fly. And the way to do this is come round, loose, round again. So you've got 2 wraps and then pull it up. And then come down through the hair. And just stop, park it there. And then got to come in. Best thing to do with this stuff is come in with my blade. Be careful with the thread. A little bit under far there, I reckon that managed to get in. So a little bit looser wraps nearer the hair, otherwise it'll want to kick up. And then I've got some knotted legs, 2 or 3 each side. You can tie them in down, you can tie them in up. Tie these in up. Make sure you're happy. Yep. Same other side. Get the same amount on both sides, so I've got 3 on that side. I better make sure I get 3 on this side. One of them's moved, not typical. Gotta have to wing it. So the same length. Just a little bit past the, like that. And your scissors. And then we've got, everybody will be like, oh look at that, this is Sooty Olive, Andrew Ellis. And this Sooty Olive is pretty spectacular, so it's got blue, red, greens, yellows, it's got a bit of everything in there. And what I will do is I start at the front and work back. So starting at the front, work back, quite loose wraps near the deer here, because what you don't want to do is you don't want it to kick up. Oh, you know what I've not done? If you've got to tie a fly, son, tie it right. So I'm going to take this dubbing off. Shouldn't really waste that, but there you go. And I want CDC, 4 CDC feathers, marry the tips up. I'm just doing this on my desk. Show you. Just marrying the tips up here. Which is a bit faffy because I should have had this done beforehand. There you go. If you've got any tips, like, see there's a couple there, do it with your thumb and forefinger. It's far neater. So I want to come in, just similarly covering the deer here, and then tie that in nice and tight. There you go. That's a bit long. Pull this off just a tiny touch. So I want to come down. See what that's like. It's still a bit too long. Down. Yeah, it's better. It's better. And then I'm going to get rid of the CDC on my bloody desk, otherwise it's got to go everywhere. Then what to do is, if you come in, rather than cut the whole lot away in a oneer, cut a feather at a time. And then your last feather come up on a taper. It gives you the option of tying in a bit neater. So, back in with my sooty olive Andrew stubbing. Like I say, I start at the front and work my way back, because I can always work back up to the front again rather than coming up in clumps, if that makes sense. So there's my tying in point, coming up the body, a little bit loose, and like I say, I've got all this thread that I can take up back through my dubbing that you never get to see. And I've got that little bump there that we've just got to tidy up, and we got to tidy that up with a little bit of Creed Wells. So I'm looking for a feather that suits the hook. Him. Just come in, secure, get the back end away. What I do when I'm tying in the hackle, because my hackle pliers are getting old, I need a bit of plastic for them, is I stick a secure and wrap in there. In with your snips. A pair of hackle pliers would be nice, Steve. Couple of turns, couple to 3 turns of this stuff. You can do the hackle right through the. You could take one wrap actually. It would probably look a bit better if I come one wrap in. Yeah, it does. One wrap in the dubbing, and then a couple of wraps. What did I say about my dubbing? Couple of wraps in front and secure. And we just got to tidy this a little. Sorry about that. That recording got stopped automatically. It was on too long. Hopefully you've no mismatch there. Just tidying up the head really. And that's him done. Just a little bit of varnish. Nice. A little bit of varnish and that's that little fly done. There we go. I'll just, in case there's any in the eye there, the barbless hook. Works wonders. And there he is. 2 there, one with a better, more pronounced body. And one with less of one. But a great wee fly. Massive thanks to Wally for sharing that. Really appreciate it. Really hope you enjoyed that, folks. If you did, please be kind enough to subscribe. Take care. Bye bye.